Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah, rock me, mama, like the wind and the rain. Rock me, mama, like a southbound train. Hey, mama, rock me.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Like a wagon wheel, rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me.
I ain't into making love, so come give me a hug if you're into getting rough. When I pull up out front, you see the Benz on dub. When I roll 20 deep, it's 29s in the club. Niggas heard I fuck with Dre, now they wanna show me love. When you sell like Eminem and the O's, they wanna fuck. Look, homie, ain't nothing changed, hold down, G's up. I see exhibit in the cut, they nigga roll that.
Lucky or not. You gotta tell me if you love me or not, love me or not, love me or not. I'm wishing for you, am I lucky or not, lucky or not, lucky or not. Wishing for you. Wishing for you.
too good.
Yeah, ooh, I fall apart, down to my core. Ooh, I fall apart, down to my core. Ooh, didn't know before. Surprised when you caught me off guard. Hardest damn jewelry I bought. You was my shorty I thought.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Stay hydrated.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the
transfer water.
thunder. Thunder,
Ooh, I fall apart.
The never-ending cup.
lightning and the thunder. Thunder.
Ooh, I fall apart. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power.
Uh-oh. What's this part? I've never heard this mix
I know
before.
someday that it'll all turn up. You make me work so we can work to work it out. And I promise you, kid, that I'll give so much more than I get. I just haven't met you
She's a
yet.
brick house. She's 90, just letting it all hang out.
This is for
She's
everybody
a
that hasn't
brick.
watched my show. I'm getting too many texts right now. I love it.
I like lady stack, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. Oh, she's a brick.
and I'm excited to talk about it. Then next up, we're going to have coaches in esports. Are they doing their job? So in esports currently, especially in Gears of War, we have 3 coaches. We have Fatal Strike, who coaches the Ghost Gaming squad, which obviously they won first place, so there isn't much to say about that. Either he's doing their job, the players are doing their job, and vice versa. Then we also have Ryan Fools, who coaches EchoFox. They obviously went from a 2nd place team to a 5th and 6th place team twice, 2 events in a row, so maybe he's slacking on his job. Is it something the players are doing? Is it something he's doing? And then we also have Ashes, who's the coach of Optic Gaming. You know, obviously those guys have won like 6 or 7 events already. But this past event, they did fall to 4th place, which is not what anybody expected. So we'll also be talking about him and his job as well. And then lastly, we have the eSports Gears event information that we're going to be talking about last, coming up at the end of the show. But tonight, guys, again, I'm going to be bringing on Gator. Now, for you guys that don't know Gator, Gator's been in this community for a little bit now. Gator likes to stir up a lot of things. Gator likes to talk about everybody and anybody. You know, he likes to say what's on his mind. And of course, he could say whatever he wants. He's American. He has his rights. And I enjoy it. I love talking to Gator. I like his ideas. I like his perspective on things. I like his opinion. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean I agree with all of them, but I do like to have him on the show just to hear what he has to say about anything, really, especially about esports Gears and the teams and the players and the ideas. And if you guys have questions for him, make sure to DM me directly at NJCUBANO on Twitter. You know, I'll be able to ask him any questions that you guys have. Obviously, make sure you guys also follow the stream, top right. For everybody that doesn't have an account, make sure you guys go ahead and register, sign up. It's free to do for all my friends that are watching and family that probably have no idea how to sign in or whatever it is. Make sure you do that, make an account, so that if you feel like you want to talk in the chat, I'll be able to know who you are just by your username. So if you do make an account, make sure you guys put a real name so I could put, you know, a name to it and not necessarily just be talking to some random person and not know who you are. And you can put it in the chat like, hey, you know me, but I don't necessarily know you because, you know, your username doesn't really say your name. So if you guys are going to do that, go ahead and do that. But without further ado, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Gator. I know you guys are all excited to hear from Gator. Gator's going to be on for the whole show tonight. Gator was on 2 weeks ago. He was on my show, and it went really well. You know, we had great conversations. So I'm happy to bring Gator on again. It makes it interesting. It gives me someone else to kind of bounce ideas off of, and also makes it a lot more entertaining for you guys. So yeah, let me go ahead and call him. Hopefully he picks up right away this time. I know last time it took him a couple of tries to get in here, but see how this works out. Come on, Gator. Gator usually calls back right away, so I'll let him do his thing, and he'll probably end up calling back. So, yep. How did I know?
Yo.
What's happening?
I have a hard time answering it. What's happening, man? Sorry, everyone. Just some with the answering for me doesn't go right, so it seems like I always gotta do the calling.
I said that. I was like, yeah, he's probably gonna be calling back soon enough. So I wasn't really too worried. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing good. Not bad. Glad to have you back here so we can have some interesting talk. I know you had a problem yesterday being on another show. I don't like to bring up their name, so don't bring up their name, please. I don't like to advertise for anybody else. But you were supposed to be on a show yesterday. Something happened. You're back here tonight, which was the original plan regardless. So I appreciate you having you here. You're always free to speak your mind, and you're a welcome guest to me all the time. You know that.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I forgot that name of that show, by the way.
Yeah, I really don't care. I really don't pay attention to that. I have too busy of a life to really care about any other shows or anything like that. Plus, they're not entertaining. I don't really watch. To answer some questions in the chat, Leap, Austin, Boo, Yankees are beating my Blue Jays right now. I don't even know why you're questioning that. Obviously, why I'm wearing the Yankee hat. Bill the Conqueror, I'm here for Gator. Where is he this week? Bill, he just got in here. Mado, whatever it is. I think these graphics need some updating. I agree. I need somebody to do it, or I could probably contact Jeter. If you have a recommendation, or if you do them yourself, Mado, let me know. My DMs are always open to everybody and anybody. Gator is back. My name is Jonathan Zane, John Zane. Good to have you here. Chuck Man, Poppy. I think that's Chuck, Brian's brother. Happy to have you here. Gator, glad you're here. Gator, Bill's loving you right now.
Bro, Bill, I love you, Bill. Bill's the man. Shout out Payday, baby. Much love for my boy Bill.
Bad Gamer Elite, my man Lem, only the best. Lem, you already know the deal. Glad to see you here, my friend. And got a question. What makes this? Okay, so we have a question for Gator. We'll ask him that at that time, Meadow. Trust me, I won't forget that question, but we will definitely get to it. But I like to stay on board with the schedule. So, Gator, first topic of the night, obviously probably your favorite topic. Is Ghost Gaming now the #1 Gears of War team after beating multiple top teams and also reclaiming Optic Gaming's throne at this past UGC Las Vegas event? Let's go ahead and open that up with you.
Okay, let me go ahead and use this as an example with the movie. Now, to anyone ever, watching, or you, Cabano, have you ever seen the movie Troy?
Yes, I have.
Did you ever see when the Trojans beat the Greeks, yet the Greeks didn't have Achilles at that time when they beat them in that battle and backed them back to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what this situation is. You got ghosts who went in there and handled business. Yeah, they did what they did. I'm not taking nothing away from their hard work, their preparation, everything. Congratulations to them, but they did not beat the best team. You know what I mean? No matter what, who beat them, who beat who, they cannot match up against Optic. They are not the best team. I don't know why people go along with this little fairy tale. I mean, listen, even EchoFox won an event last season. And is anyone calling them the best now? No. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't even care about that. And this is the same thing with Ghosts. Ain't no one, this is it. That was their last event. They got their shine. They got their fluke. They got that, oops, one of those little retard mistakes. You know what I mean? One of those accidents. You know what I'm saying? It's like when the weatherman says, hey, it's going to be sunny today, but then you wake up to a bunch of snow. You're like, what the hell just happened? These things happen. They're called retard mistakes. And that's exactly what happened. So it is what it is. Ghost is not going back. Listen, hear me now. Clip this if you want. Clip this, put it on Twitter, and then you can tweet it to me later on. Ghost is not winning 2 lands. They are absolutely not winning. I'll tell you this much. They're not going to grand finals next event. Got that, Cabal? Got that, people? Ghost? Yeah, right, the best. I got them still at 5th place. 5th at best. B+ at best. You kidding me? The best team. What are people get these weird ideas? What parallel universe are they living in, Cabano? Are you kidding me? Since when is ravioli from Chef Boyardee actually ravioli? You kidding me? Are you serious? This is some cheap generic brand. Bro, no. Ghost is not the best. That's a fairy tale, bro. That's a fairy tale. Ghost is not the best.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I like to start it. I mean, to a certain extent, I agree with you. I do think that Ghost Gaming, came out hot. They played really well. I'm not going to take that away from them. They were on point. A lot of their series, though, and this came straight from Fatal Strike. He was telling me today through DMs. I'd even ask him. He always, feels the need to update me. I don't know why, it's weird. But he was telling me about his team. And seriously, I don't get it. I didn't really ask. But he was telling me through DMs that, all his strategy. And, he told me that in private. So I'm not going to bring up what, strategy and ideas he gave me. That's respect to him and the team. But he did tell me that a lot of them were like, 7-6 series. And I only say it like that because I really didn't watch. Because honestly, I just care for the results. I don't care to watch any matches. I didn't watch one match for Las Vegas. That's not really my interest. I just like to see who wins, who's bad, who's good. So we could talk about him here on the show, obviously, like we're doing. But I agree with you. I don't think that Ghost is going to win the next event. I don't think they're #1 either. I agree with you on that as well. I think Optic Gaming is still #1. I think Optic had a bad event. Every champ has a bad event, just like they had a bad Mexico City event last year and they lost to Envious for first place. They came in second and then they just started winning first place from there on out. I think we're going to see the same results. I think we're going to see a much better Optic Gaming coming into the next event in July. I think they're gonna sit down. They're gonna look at their mistakes. They're gonna watch the footage. They're gonna do everything and anything that they have to be able to get back to that number one seed, that number one championship talent that they had, and the potential that they had, and the unlimited potential that they currently still have. That team is still young. These guys aren't even at the top of their top, and they've already won like 7 events. So I mean, that says a lot about them as individuals and as a team. I still think Ghost Gaming is a top 3 team. I won't agree with you and go with 5th. I know that was like a pinpoint ranking that you gave him was 5th place. I give him top 3. I've given him top 3, I think, since last year going into this whole season too. So I don't think that they're bad. I like Ghost Gaming a lot. I think their team is awesome. I think Rushies and Speedy are probably number 1 and 2 like top players right now in regards to top 5, top 10 total. You could probably say top 5 at this point. I think they have extreme talent. I think they're beast. Their slaying skills are there. They probably have a couple of things to work on in regards to, I have no idea. Obviously, I don't coach them. I'm not a teammate, so I don't really know what each and everything those players can work on. But from that last event, we definitely saw a much better Ghost Gaming going into it.
Well, of course, you're going to see a much better Ghost Gaming when you don't have to play Optic Gaming. I'm telling you, Optic Gaming cleared the path for Ghost. Ghost owes Optic money. Are you kidding me? They cleared them the path. But hey, it is what it is. Next event, we will see. Ghost never played Optic. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? They got this, like I said, it was just a fluke. It just happened. That's the way it played out, and that's just the way it is. There's nothing that anyone can do about it, but I know this: Ghost will not win the next event or any other event with the current roster they have.
Yeah, you think so?
I know so. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, especially Optics Awake now. Listen, they lost to Ronin. They lost to Fable. Those are the guys we should be really paying attention to. I mean, Ghost just happened to win it. I mean, the path was cleared. I'm telling you now, Optic is just going to come back on fire. They're going to come back and they're going to steamroll through everyone. I'm telling you this now. It's an Optic world, and this little Ghost thing's, it's going to be over with as soon as the next event is over, and then we'll just forget about it. And then Ghost will be that one team that we talk about, like, hey, I remember that one time when Ghost won. You know what I mean? Just like we do about Echo now. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, you'll probably see that. If we end up getting Ghost falling anywhere on their second place or even not winning in general, obviously everyone's going to start talking about them. That's just the way it goes. They'll probably be the next EchoFox from last season. They won first in Mexico City, and then they fell down to second, I think third, something like that. So they just kept falling repeatedly after that, after they got that win. But who knows? Maybe Ghost can be that team that changes it. Do you think there's any slight chance that they can continue to win another event?
If Optic's not there, sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? And if the teams don't let them off, I don't think Fable's going to choke like that against Ghost like they did in the first time that they played in pool play. And I just don't think that Ghost is not going to have an easier path like that. Teams are going to come out on fire. There's a lot of teams confident right now. They've seen Optic go down. Like, Optic finished 4th place. There's teams out there right now who think, hey, you know what? We can really do this. People have to be motivated off with Ronin and Fable did. If you're not motivated and you're not inspired, if you're not fired up, go ahead and turn your pink slip in and pack it up and go play Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever other games are out there. Okay? Because if you don't think you can win it now, just don't even try, because right now is the time to do it. Hard work does pay off, and I don't think Ghost will ever win again, but I got to give them that. They did work hard, and I'm not taking nothing away from them. But the thing is, they have not beat Optic yet, and I don't think they ever will beat Optic.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't personally know, but I'm assuming from what you've been saying that Ghost Gaming didn't play Optic at Las Vegas at all?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting. That's an interesting thing to talk about. So Optic Gaming didn't play Ghost Gaming at all in Las Vegas. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that Optic Gaming does have Ghost Gaming's number in regards to series and beating them at events. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's interesting, and that's something to think about. Obviously, like you said, which is true, is that maybe they did pave the way for Ghost Gaming. Obviously, Ghost Gaming had some good matches and some good wins. Obviously, you can't take that away from them. But you had Optic Gaming taking out these powerhouse teams to be able to get to where they did, but eventually they fell short and didn't make it into the grand finals or even into winners finals. So unfortunately, that's something that stinks for them, but definitely helped Ghost Gaming get where they got to. Now, it would be interesting to see Ghost Gaming, if it's possible. I'm not sure if it would even happen next event, to see Optic Gaming and Ghost Gaming going head to head against each other. Winners finals, losers finals, maybe grand finals. Would you see any of those, results happening? Either of them?
Okay, I can't say never because look at what never got me last time, So if it does happen, if Optic and Ghost do play each other, I say this much: it will be exciting to see them in the winners final. It's because if they play each other in the grand finals, Ghost is going to have to beat Optic 4 different times. That's not going to happen. I want to see them in the winners finals where where no other team has the advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like no one has to overcome this big old hill. So it can't happen. I'm telling you this right now. For Gears of War itself, for all the fans, myself, maybe even you and just everyone else in general, it would be good to see Optic versus Ghost in the winners final, so we can get all the speculation out the way to see who is that team in Gears of War. Because you got to win more than an event, and if you're gonna win an event, you gotta beat the team that there is to beat. And even then, Echo did beat Optic. But when they won the event, they beat Optic. When Ghost won it, they didn't, and that's just my problem.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think we'll need to be able to see an Optic Gaming, Ghost Gaming, Grand Finals, Winter Finals, something like that, just to be able to get that thought and that anticipation out of the way. That's why I would love to see them play against each other in July. But I don't think there's much else to really talk on that. I think we kind of got that out of the way. We're gonna move on to the EchoFox thing, but before I do, Gator, we had a couple of questions for you that I don't want to forget. So Matto, MAL770 said, I have a question for Gator. What makes him a self-proclaimed Gears legend?
I mean, I never proclaimed that, so you gotta go to the person who proclaimed that. But if anyone's gonna call me a legend or just give me any respect, it's because I have the nerve to open up my mouth. I have the nerve to speak the truth. I don't pretend to be anything. I don't care about people's opinions. I don't worry about my circle of friends, staying in my circle of friends because of the way I think. I'm not a communist. I do what I do. Okay, if you want to live by rules, you want to be a communist, you go right ahead. I do what I do when I want to do it, how I want to do it, and that's why I'm Gator. If anyone wants to proclaim me as a legend, hey, go for it. I don't like to be called a legend. I'm Gator, the Gator. Call me that. Got that?
The Gator. I'm not communist. I love it. I love it. I'm just Gator. I'm not communist. Woo! All right. So another question, Bill the Conqueror. So do fans magically love Ghost Gaming just because Gator is speaking his mind?
He said what? I'm sorry.
So he kind of asked like a question in general, but I want you to kind of pick up on that. He said, so do fans magically love Ghost Gaming just because Gator, aka you, is speaking his mind about them?
Well, you know what? I like to think so because when Ghost won the event, it's like if Fable didn't even lose, Cabano. I mean, who really lost that event, me or Fable? Because as soon as they lost, my notifications blew up. I had like 50 notifications. Do you hear me? Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here. You're good.
Okay, yeah, I had like 50 notifications, bro. I had a notification that really stood out to me is when it said Mama Speedy, and she's calling me a loser and all that stuff. Like,
Damn.
I'm like, yo, Speedy's mom knows about me? It's like if he's at dinner table and he's like, Mom, Dad, there's this guy named Gator. He thinks I'm not going to win, and I'm going to show him right because we're Ghost Gaming, and we work hard, and we got Coach Fatal Strike, and we're going to do everything. Preparation and progress reports. You know what I mean? That lets me think, are you talking about me at the dinner table? Did I motivate you guys? Did I strike a nerve? They should hire me. I mean, come on, I helped them win according to everyone else. Listen, I think a lot of people love Ghost now just because I hate them, but yeah, it's totally true, man. Me hating Ghost is people love him because I hate him, It's just the thing to do. No one didn't care about Ghost before me. You know what I'm saying? No one didn't care like that. They were just the team that was there, and then I made them relevant, I believe. So yeah, agreed.
Jeez. I love it. Yeah, I mean, it's probably true. I'll be honest with that. They probably...
Well, you know what? Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off. People probably did care about that. I'm sure they had I heard they had 4 fans, so yeah. But like I said, people felt a lot of pity and they felt sorry for him, and they're anxious to see what they're going to do after I did everything I did. You know what I mean? People felt sorry for Ghost Gaming after what I did, and people became a fan, so they should thank me. They probably sold a couple T-shirts and a little bit of those girl jogger pants that they got or something. Who knows?
This girl jogger pants. You're a savage. Coach. Oh my goodness, that is great. Okay, so I think that's all the questions we have for now. But if you guys have any more questions as we continue to keep talking, be sure to put it in this chat, where, like I said, DM me on Twitter, or even DM Gator, whatever you guys want, and we'll be able to talk about them. But next, Gator, we're going to be talking about the EchoFox roster change and who it is. Now, while we were talking, and we're already at a decent amount of viewers, everyone was asking when the roster change came up, did this come up? Did this come up? Are you guys going to talk about it? So, guys, I'm not like every other show. I do what I want, when I want. Gator's the same way. So that's why I make the timeline for everybody that doesn't pay attention. You know, I like structure. If you guys don't like structure, that's probably why you are where you are. You know, when you're a teacher, when you're in law enforcement, when you're a doctor, there's always structure, there's always detail, and there's always order. You always got to keep order. So I always like to keep things in order, and I like to make foundation. So now that we're done with Ghost Gaming, for all you impatient people, now we're going to be talking about EchoFox and the roster change. Now, I don't like to start rumors. I don't like to spread nonsense. I always like to get that disclosure because I don't want to relate myself to another show. I don't like to, stir up drama. I like to talk facts. Now, what I'm going to be talking to Gator about is what I've been speculating, what I've been picking up and researching on, and it kind of makes too much sense for it not to happen. If it doesn't happen, okay, whatever. I made a mistake, but I'm almost positive it's there. But before I get into the meat and potatoes of what I have to say about EchoFox, Gator, what is your take on EchoFox? And who do you think gets dropped and picked up? 3 questions. What do you think about EchoFox? Who gets dropped? Who gets picked up? I'll let you decide your order.
Okay. Now, first of all, I'm not anti-EchoFox. If anyone can remember on the show with Cabano a couple weeks ago, I actually had them winning the event. So I'm not no anti-Echo. I'm all for them. That's cool. Second, I think honestly, who's going to get dropped? This guy doesn't perform.
You cut out, Gator.
He's just not the same player.
Wait, who's this? Who's not the same player? Yeah, you're good now, but who's not the player? You cut out when you were talking about
Toy Soldier.
Okay.
Toy Soldier is not the same player anymore. I see Toy Soldier going ahead and getting dropped. I possibly think it's already in the process, but then again, I don't know. I'm not in the room. I'm not from Echo. Like I said, this is all speculation. I think that Toy Soldier is going to be dropped. I mean, honestly, from the I'm hearing, like I said, this is all just crazy rumor, speculation, people talking that Fran wanted to retire if they didn't get rid of Toy Soldier. So Toy's going to be gone, and they're going to go ahead and I honestly believe this is pure speculation, and just everything I've been seeing, they're going to go ahead and get Powers. They're going to go ahead and get Powers on EchoFox and drop Toy Soldier. I see that happening, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty spot on. This is going to be an easy topic to talk about. So in regards to what you just said, EchoFox, I've always liked EchoFox. So anytime I talk about them, they're not a team that I dislike. I honestly don't really dislike any team currently, unless they talk crazy or unless they're garbage and they act like they aren't. Then I'm going to call you out on it. But I like EchoFox. EchoFox is definitely one of the teams that I've literally probably ranked at second all of last year, ranked second all of this year, obviously, until the last 2 events where they placed 5th to 6th. Is there going to be a roster change? To answer that question first, absolutely. There's 100% going to be a roster change. EchoFox needs to make the change. I've said this since the event was done. You can't have 2 back-to-back 5th to 6th place finishes and expect, hey, everything's okay. Let's just continue to play with the same roster. No, that's not the way it works. And I tweeted that since way before. And there's a couple of people that wanted to debate with me and DM me. So once this change happens, make sure to check your DMs. And I'm going to be tweeting at you directly saying that you are not smart. Leave the predictions to the people that know what they're talking about. Okay? And I know there's a bunch of people in the community that I know personally that were like, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. This is why you were never a pro player, because you just don't know. You don't know these things. So mind your business. But EchoFox is going to make the change, 1. Okay, that's answer number 1 to the question. Number 2, who's going to get dropped? probably going to be Toy Soldier. I originally had said Kyle, not because I think Kyle's bad. I honestly have always said this, again, since probably Ultimate Edition came out and Kyle stepped up his game. I've always thought Kyle was good. I never thought Kyle was bad, and I also said that on Twitter, and you had people who misread, who obviously don't know how to read. How could you say Kyle's bad? I literally would DM and say, highlight everything I said, and they're like, oh. I'm like, yeah, make sure you think, you break down the way you read, kind of like what they taught you in 4th grade, basic reading. It's not that hard. That's why I get upset when people that just want to fight and just want to attack and just want to debate with you, they don't really read. And it's like, come on, dude, you got to learn how to read first, and then you come talk to me. That's just common sense. So I never thought Kyle was bad. I think Kyle's honestly one of the best on the team. There is Solars, there is Praise, then you also got Fran, but Kyle's definitely top 2 on that team, top 3. But now from everything I've been seeing and kind of picking up on and, from people I've been talking to here and there, I never give names, never give sources, it kind of seems like it's going to be Toy Soldier. Now, Toy Soldier, again, he's also not a bad player, but Toy is so up and down. The guy's either your number 1 guy or he's your last guy, and I hate that. I don't care if you're number 1 on 10% of the maps that we play, because after that 10%, you're useless. You're kind of just there, So I kind of seen Toy there. He's very up and down. He's very inconsistent. So I honestly think it's going to be Toy Soldier at this point that gets the boot. Again, I'm saying they're going to make a move. It's probably going to be Toy Soldier. And I'm going to go ahead and agree with you, Gator, that it's going to be M-Powers. Now, M-Powers is eligible to play in July, guys, because he was under the age and he wasn't able to compete at MLG. But I did have it confirmed that he will be eligible to play his first Major League event in July. So, I mean, come on. I don't do my profession because I'm not good at it. I do it because I enjoy it and I'm good at it. And if you put all the pieces together, it just makes that much sense that they pick up Powers. And for Cody91392, Powers is in the chat. I know Powers is in the chat. Powers is one of the first people here. Shout out to him. And there are a bunch of people in the chat. I appreciate you guys coming out. We're at 91 viewers. I appreciate you all being here. I enjoy it. I'll be doing this more and more. Maybe we make Gator a known thing here on the show. But again, yes, it's going to be Powers. It's got to be Powers. Powers is the number 1 prospect right now. He is like, I don't even know the last big prospect that came out. Maybe the Aaron Judge that EchoFox needs right now. The guy's young. He's talented. He's a beast. I mean, he's played at events. He's won events at the New York City Microsoft store. So under pressure, this guy has it. The guy's like 17 or 16, going to be 17, whatever it is. I think at this point in time, EchoFox needs a new change, and they need to get this thing going. And that's it. That's what I have to say about that. What's your take, Gator?
Well, I'll tell Powers is going to make them that much better. It's like you said, Toy Soldier can only show up 10% of the time, and the rest he's useless, where I think Powers can be consistent the whole way through. I think the guy's an excellent player. I think he's really the next big thing. I think after a few events under his belt and all this, more experience and playing with other teams, he could actually be like top 5 player. This guy can really be. He has a tons of potential. I cannot wait to see this guy unleash. And if he does go to Echo, a lot of teams are going to have a problem, including Optic.
I agree with that. I think that changes at the ball game. I think getting M-Powers over to EchoFox definitely changes at the game. That's more firepower you have to the team. The kid is going to listen to you. He's going to be a sponge to these veteran, experienced players. He's just going to sit there and he's going to listen. I think
he's going to be coachable.
There you go.
He's going to listen to all those vets. I mean, I don't mean to speak for Powers, but if I'm a young kid and I'm going in there and I'm playing with people like Solars, Fran, Kyle, Praised, I mean, I'm going to be just like, whoa, what do you want? What do you want me to do? Who do you want me to kill? He's just going to listen. He's just going to be thankful to be there. He's a kid that's been waiting to unleash. The kid's going to go nuts. And Powers, if you're here, I really 100% believe in you, and good luck to you, man, wherever you go.
Yeah, I mean,
I believe it's going to be Echo.
I would love for him to go to Echo. Honestly, I think the kid needs it. I think he'll benefit from it. It'll be an exciting, first event going into it for Major League Gaming and being able to play for a team like that. I think it'll probably be one of the first times that happens. We get big top prospects, but they go into the first event of the season with the team, so they don't necessarily have to work for it. This kid would get a nice offer right midway through the season to play for a top, whatever, top 2, top 3 team going into the event. Now, if they do add M-Powers, which I'm thinking more than likely should happen, what do you think is going to be their placement, Gator? Does that put them in the number 1 tier? Does that keep them at second, top 4? What's your take on that?
Like I said, a lot of teams are going to have a problem, so I'm going to stick by that. If they really get Powers and they use everything right and they stick together and they work hard, I literally think they're in the top 3 every time, if not winning an event at least. So yeah.
You think top 3 definitely where they put them at?
Top three every time, and I'm not saying third, second, or third. They're just going to be in that mixed. They're going to be there.
Yeah, I think
not
so.
saying they're going to win it all yet, or as soon as they get them, it's over. They still got to make it work. Chemistry doesn't happen overnight. All that talent still has to work hard. So we'll see what happens. But I definitely got them in the top 3 consistently. I got EchoFox being consistent how they used to be in season 1 with Powers. And no offense to Toy, I'll never be the player Toy is, but he's just not the player for EchoFox either. So that's just the way it is.
Now it's interesting, and again, we're just speculating, guys, about this, but we're both hoping it happens. If Toy Soldier does get the boot, where do we see Toy Soldier going, Gator? What do you think about that? What team would he go to? Because right now there really isn't many teams that need space, or really that many teams that have the potential to be a top team that maybe Toy would really want to play for.
Well, this is what I would think. Now, this is nothing in stone. This is no fact. This is just pure out of my heart and what I would think. And now, if I were E United, I would go ahead and get rid of Jerpy and go ahead and bring in Toy Soldier, because I feel like Toy Soldier is not I just feel like on EchoFox he couldn't do anything. He can only offer so much. But if he goes to E United, he'll be able to unleash more and just be able to be himself and not be held back as much. So if E United's smart, if anyone's listening, E United needs to go ahead and get Toy Soldier when he's available, because I believe 100% he is going to be available. So E United is where he should go.
That's also a good idea. I didn't even think about that. That's pretty spot on. For everyone that's hating in the chat, I'm a man Gator, like Mitch Tanks. Dude is in blank. I'm not going to repeat what he said. But
yeah. Oh, no, dude. Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, Cabano. Mitch Tanks is some guy. He's a Heinz fan. Heinz has one fan out there. He's told me, Cabano, you know what this guy Mitch told me? He told me that if I go to an event, he's going to assault me and do all that. Cabano, everyone knows what you do for a living. Let this guy know if he touches me what kind of serious trouble he's going to be in. I'm not here to fight you kids. I'm here to talk Gears of War. You guys are crazy. Are you that much of a Heinz fan that you have to come out and want to threaten me with this violence? No, I love Gears of War, man. Everyone in the chat hated on me. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. I'm just doing me. I bring no one no harm. If you don't like it, block me, mute me. I don't know, but it is what it is. I love all you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, we won't go that into detail about it, but yeah, Mitch, let's try to keep it nice, everybody. Let's keep the chat nice. Let's keep it entertaining. So one thing I could take from that, what you had said, Gator, is that Toy Soldier could go to E United, which most people don't think E United necessarily needs a team change. I agree with you. It's tough now because after looking at it and breaking it down, they don't necessarily need a team change, but Toy Soldier, I think he's a top enough player in this game right now that if he was to get released, we would probably see a domino effect in regards to a team trying to get him. So they'll make a drop. It could probably be any of the top 6 teams. Maybe Rise Nation gets in on that. Maybe Task Force gets in on that. Whatever their roster is now. Neglectant's new team. Maybe they try to get on that. E United, like you mentioned. Jerpy, I don't think is necessarily that bad. I honestly think Jerpy is pretty good, and I don't see them really dropping him because there really isn't much of a reason to do that. And, that's the thing. I don't know if they'll drop Jerpy. I don't know if United necessarily needs to make a move. They have had 2 rosters with this team, and they have placed pretty decent together as a squad. They fell to 5th to 6th currently this last event, but with so much talent and so much youth on that team, I thought about it afterwards. I'm like, dropping somebody could probably hurt them more so than really help them. In regards to EchoFox, I definitely think they make the change because it'll help them, not really hurt them. So say E United is out of the picture, because I know a lot of people in the chat don't necessarily agree with it. Where do you think you could see Toy?
If I don't see Toy going E United, geez, there's no room. Optic's obviously not going to pick him up. Ghost is not going to go looking for him. If Toy doesn't go to EU United, he's just going to be one of those players like, who can I use for example? A Soto, who was once on this good team and kind of got dropped and went here, went there, and still looking. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe Rise, like you said, maybe they might want to make a move for him, but I don't know if Rise really wants to ruin what they got going with their chemistry and their fire and how they're doing things right now. I don't know if they go and just make a move for Toy Soldier. So, like I said, for United to make sense, but if not, Toy Soldier just might be lost in the desert looking for some water.
That is true. I could see that. I agree with that. That's why, guys, that's why I have Gator on the show. He brings up all honestly really good ideas. That could be something that happens to him. You know, maybe he becomes the next Soto. Maybe Motivate picks him up. You know, maybe that squad that it's Soto, DeFazio, Sam hesitates, and I forget who the fifth is. Pell. Maybe he ends up going to that team. You know, maybe at the end they drop, I don't know, Pell, or maybe they drop DeFazio. You know, even though DeFazio is the in-game leader, but that would be a cool squad. You know, match up Toy Soldier and Soto again. That'd be something pretty interesting to see. Or like you said, which would be a little bit harder, is, you know, maybe Rise Nation picks him up. But who do you necessarily drop? You know, they do have a good team right now. I don't necessarily think they have a top 4 caliber team. So maybe you do drop somebody, you do add Toy Soldier to be able to help that team out. But who do you drop? You know what I mean? I think I don't really know too much about that team. You have Vexies, you have Zerpting, Franco, Drix, and Mortifies. Out of that whole team, I probably think your weakest link is, I think, a Vexies, I would say. I know a couple of his teammates personally had told me he didn't have the best event, not this past event, but a couple events in the past. Didn't necessarily have the best event, so maybe his name gets thrown around if Toy Soldier were to be dropped. You know, I want to see it happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I want somebody to confirm it. I know everyone's been pretty quiet about it, about EchoFox making this move. EchoFox, they're probably ironing out all the details, to be honest. They're probably trying to figure out contracts and how to move somebody out and so forth. But I'm sure we'll be able to see it. I'd rather see it sooner than later, only because we have that next event July 13th to the 15th. So I think if you want to start practicing, now is the time. I'm not sure what your take on that is, Gator.
Man, well, yeah, if Echo doesn't get rid of Toy, just shows that they really don't want to win. I mean, unless they really believe in him that much. But from what I've been seeing, it's just, man, to get Toy out and get who you need to get in and get to roll and get to practicing. July is coming quick. Days go by fast.
Agreed. You'd rather do it sooner than later. You don't want to end up leaving that for down the road. I think now you got to get this going a little bit, which would make more sense. But to get off of that topic, and guys, if you have any questions, you have any ideas or questions or topics that you guys want us to talk about, please do let us know. I want to make this as interesting as possible for everybody. But the next title that we have is Coaches in Esports. Now, that's something new that we've started to see. You know, it's becoming a little bit more popular, a little bit more, I guess, mainstream in regards to top teams having coaches. But are they necessarily doing their job? Now, the number one example I want to talk about first is Fatal Strike. I tried to get Fatal Strike on the show. He gave me some phony baloney reason. Joe knows how I am. He knows my humor. But for some reason, he started going on a rant and all this kinds of stuff, and I wasn't too sure why he wouldn't come on the show. I said Gator wouldn't be involved. You know, I had to tell him, Gator, I had to tell him you wouldn't be involved at that time. I'd have you on the show. But I get him on.
Sure, yeah, you could have me and Joe at the same time. That's nuts.
I don't think he'd do that.
I don't blame you.
I don't think he'd do that.
Of course you would have to use. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not mad at that.
But I threw it out there, you know, hey, I'd have you on the show, no Gator, but unfortunately he had to decline. But we'll talk about Fatal Strike. So Fatal Strike is now the coach for Ghost Gaming, guys. Ghost Gaming just won the last Gears of War event. I think they won like $40,000 for everybody that doesn't know. That's why I like to put this out there. Last event they won. Ghost Gaming was a top 3 team. They ended up winning first place. Fatal Strike was the newest addition to the team in regards to being a coach for them. So Fatal Strike, a former player, can't even say professional, former player, was coaching. And, Joe does a lot for that team. He does a lot of strategy. He does a lot of tactics for the team. He breaks down in-game plays for them. He talks them up. He's a big motivator. He talks trash. He has his board. He draws out plays or he draws out ideas. He listens to his teammates. He watches footage. He breaks down everything and anything. I mean, the guy does it all. This guy really, really brings it out there. And I think Joe is earning that title. I think Joe is earning that professional coaching title. And, we do have other examples. We have Ashes from Optic Gaming. Obviously, Optic Gaming has won like 7 or 8 events, so there isn't much to say about Ashes. I don't personally know too much about him. Kind of a quiet guy. He's a big deal on YouTube. He does a lot of content creation. But can I necessarily say a lot about his personal stuff? No. Then you have Ryan Fools. Again, no idea about him as well. They're not really that loud. They don't get loud. They're not that mainstream coach, which I think would also be something cool. I have my own ideas if I were to become a coach, and I'd probably be the loudest coach. And I told Joe I want to go head to head with him if I were to coach a team, because I don't care what team I'm coaching, I'm beating Joe, just like I did when I was a player. Got him. Yeah, I don't think I ever lost to Joe. Yeah, I'm going to say that with confidence. But, yeah, what's your take on that, Gator?
Oh, man. Well, Joe has definitely taken the coaching level above and beyond. I mean, that guy works definitely hard. Bro, with all the coaches doing what they're doing now and what Joe's doing, I mean, bro, I'm stuttering because it don't make no sense, bro. This guy literally is a workhorse. He works hard. Like I said yesterday, on a different show, how all these other coaches are going out doing other things, going out getting married. I'm not saying married's a bad thing. I'm just saying you're doing things while these events are going down, 2Ks are going down, Like I said, Bill Belichick doesn't get married before the Super Bowl. You go and prepare for something. But, I just really feel like Joe is just that coach. He's his head's on. He's doing everything, bro. Literally everything that you just named off. He just does it. Other coaches just look like they're slacking now. I think Joe works so hard. He makes a okay working coach look like he's still slacking. You know what I mean? That's how hard he's working. There's too many coaches not doing enough anymore. There's too many sitters. You got people like Coach Berger who sit down and throw up the L and say, "Lit boys worldwide, lit boys worldwide. Lit boys worldwide. Oh, lit boys worldwide." And then you got Fatal Strike who's over here doing progress reports and doing all this extra shit. When I first seen Fatal Strike post about his coaching, I was all like, man, dude, this is too much now. How much can you really do? And then he goes and shows all these results. And I'm like, oh, that's how much you can do. And then it also exposes. Now I know he's not trying to expose any coach, he don't mean no harm, but it exposes the work of other coaches and it questions the work of other coaches. And I just think Fatal Strike's on a whole other level. And I think some coaches don't really deserve to be back there. And Cubano, I can see you coaching better than all those coaches. You know what I mean? I feel like the same way myself. Is no one's getting hyped enough. No one's not caring. No one's getting crazy. It's just they're literally back there like a mannequin, like a model, just standing there, doing nothing. And like I said, even some are sitting down, throwing up L, saying "Lit boys worldwide." Sorry, I just had to say it again.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think Joe Fatal Strike is putting the game up there for everybody. He's stepping that game up another tier in regards to coaches. He's doing his job. He's handing out, mid-semester progress reports, telling his guys that he needs to step them up, kind of breaking them down individually, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, just because there's always nice to have a fresh set of eyes that's not in the game. Because sometimes we see things that maybe we think are right or maybe we think are wrong, and having an outside source being able to do that for you while you're able to just focus on the game is very helpful. And Joe likes to talk. I mean, this guy, Fatal Strike, can talk. He is, I know him personally from gaming against him and talking to him. This guy loves to talk. So the fact that he's able to use that in game for his team and outside of it is a huge plus. I think he definitely steps it up. I don't know too much about Ryan Fools and Ashes. Again, can't say too much about Ashes because come on, he coaches Optic Gaming. And they've won like 7-8 events, whatever you want to call it, not including 2Ks and all that other stuff. And Ashes is a really nice guy. Ashes, to me, has always been really nice, even before he became the coach and he was just, a competitor. I don't really remember what he did before that, no offense to him, but he was always really nice, very humble guy. does he do a lot for that team? That team is so talented, and I don't necessarily know if you need to do so much for them. If you were to take him out of that picture, would we see a change in the team? Would they go from a first place, second place team to an eighth place team? You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily see too much of a change there. And then you have Ryan Fools, which is another top 3 coach, I guess you could say, because there really isn't many coaches right now. But you have Ryan Fools, who coaches for EchoFox, and we've seen EchoFox go from a second place team to winning Mexico City last season to being second, third, to now 5th and 6th. Next event, 5th to 6th. Was it the coaching? Was it the players? It kind of makes it interesting, just like real life sports. We just saw I'm trying to think. It was in baseball. I got to see it so I could kind of relate it for everybody that's here watching. But it really depends on what you guys take for it. But here it is. So the Cincinnati Reds, official Major League Baseball team, the Cincinnati Reds fired their head coach after a 3-15 start to a season. Now you may think like, oh wow, that's crazy, that's insane. But there's 61 games to play in a baseball season. But they obviously didn't see that the path they were going was necessarily that great, so they fired the guy. Is that going to be the case when it comes to gaming now? Or a coach is going to get the boot when something goes wrong? Or are you going to blame the players alone? That's what I think is kind of interesting in regards to that topic that we're on.
Well, listen, it's about what they experience now, because like these teams are getting better. These coaches are getting, listen, like Ashes, he was known as the best coach in Gears of War. Everyone thought he was this genius, this Albert Einstein, and I'm not taking nothing away from the guy. I don't know what he knows or doesn't know, but then at the same time, you're standing behind Optic. How much do you got to do? How much do you know that they don't already know? You know what I mean? And then someone like Ryan Fools, who was considered this god of coaching, and this other Einstein over here, and this other smart guy, and who was standing behind the guys he was standing behind. And now, and I feel ashamed for not knowing the coach of Ronin, but whoever that coach is, that's a guy you probably need to go put your hats off to.
That's Demise.
Someone who worked and made that team better.
That's Demise. Yeah.
Demise, salute Demise, because that's someone who's working. You know what I mean?
That's my boy.
People who are improving, who are making their teams better. Optic would still be champions with or without a coach. No disrespect, Ashes. No disrespect. But I mean, they still would have did what they did. But then when you're improving players and doing all that, he's this Demise. Yeah, I mean, Demise. He improved Ronin. I mean, no one had them doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Identa's gone, everyone thought they were dead. And then they're going and doing that. So it's just so many coaches and teams are improving. It's making other coaches look bad now. I mean, what's Ryan really doing? What's Ashes really doing? Then you got Joe, someone who, okay, you said wasn't a professional player, but is a decent player. He knows what he's doing. He actually plays this game. He's actually played on lands before. He was on TK in Gears UE. I know it's not Gears 4, but the guy's competed on Gears 4. He's been there, done that. He knows how it is to be a player, and that's why I feel like he's a respectable coach. Where you got these other coaches who don't even really play like that, who don't even touch the game like that, and a lot of these coaches need to step their game up now. They need to get more into Gears. They need to play more. They really need to have hands-on on what's going on, because like I said, Joe is just taking this to another level.
I think you cut out, Gator.
Yo, did I cut out? Yo?
Can you guys hear Gator still?
Yo, Cabano.
You there, Gator?
Yo.
Yeah, you're good. You cut out a little bit. You're fine.
Sorry about that. I don't even know where I left off at. But listen, I'm not going to go overall. Is that what the work that Fatal Strike is doing is other teams don't look like other coaches don't look like they're working as hard. Maybe they are, maybe they're not, but they definitely do need to step it up. They need to play this game more. They need to go out there and scrim. They need to get their IQ a little higher. They need to just know how to play. It's not just about standing behind good players anymore and looking cool and getting fucked up and excuse my language, getting messed up and taking a free ride. It's not about that anymore. It's about working everyone. It's a 6-man game. It's not a 5 versus 5. It's a 6 versus 6, and Fatal Strike turned it into that. I got to give them that.
I agree with that.
If these coaches don't step up, their teams are going to be in trouble. And Ashes, yeah, he definitely does need to do something. Ryan, you definitely do too, because your guys' little shine and being Gears of War coaches and being these smartest guys, it's out the window now. It's gone. You need to show me something.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna bring it up because I thought it was funny. I wasn't involved with it, but I thought it was pretty great, and it's Gator being Gator, which I love it. I mean, do you say whatever you want, which I think is funny. But I know you brought up Ryan Fools, and you brought up that he got married. Now, do you really think that was a factor in regards to what EchoFox plays?
I mean, I didn't get to really clear the air. I just said that. Look, yesterday on this show, I was saying you got people like Fatal Strike working hard, filling out progress reports, and then you got coaches out there getting married. Then you got coaches out there getting married. That's all I said. Now, I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying because he went out and got married that's a problem. I'm just saying, like, how would you plan your wedding around the time when during the season? You know what I mean? Like, I just think that some people don't take their profession as serious as others, and that's why Ghost won. That's why Echo is where they at. Is it because of the wedding? I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But I know this much: that guy wasn't home watching film. That team wasn't playing the 2K that day. They were out, dressed up in bow ties, taking pictures, eating nachos out of a cheese fountain. Who knows what was really going on that day? But I know this much: they had anything to do with Gears of War. And I won't confirm yes or no that the wedding had anything to do with it. I'm just saying the dude just got married in a couple weeks before an event. There's a lot of money on the line. You would think you'd want to prepare, especially how inconsistent your team has been. But hey, who am I?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, but to clear the air about that and why I asked it, I mean, I personally don't think that, that affected, EchoFox. I know you're probably saying it to be a troll.
No, I mean, it wasn't the actual wedding. I'm just saying, if I'm a coach, I'm not going out and doing all these, having all these events when I'm worrying about getting ready for an event. Preparation is going to show. Preparation counts, and Gears of War is a competitive game now. It's not about these same teams winning anymore. It's about everyone's coming out here and just making surprises every event. We got a new player, a new team we're talking about, and and if you're not going to prepare, if you're going to go screw around and party up, that's your problem. But when you don't win and people are going to call you out on it, don't get mad. I'm just saying. But no, it wasn't the actual wedding. I mean, people don't get me wrong. I'm just saying preparation. It could have been anything. That guy could have hung out at Starbucks all day, and I would have said something. I mean, come on. It's not a wedding, but it's preparation. There's no preparation there. The guy's out doing other things.
Well,
I mean, you got other people,
I was going to say, well, I mean, yeah, I guess when you put it that way, that's why I like to have you on here to have you break it down a little bit more. Obviously text is always confusing, but in regards to, maybe the wedding coming around, he wasn't as prepared or wasn't as available to help his team. I can agree with that. We necessarily don't know anything personal wise. Not that I'm saying anything. Obviously, I wish Ryan Fools congratulations on his wedding, all that. But I'm talking more about what you were hitting on. Yeah, maybe he wasn't around as much. But you know what? He got married. I think that's a little bit more important right now. I mean, it all depends how people look at it. You know what I mean? If this is his career, it's kind of hard. But you do have to put that on pause because he's getting married. You know what I mean? So it is interesting that that's just the way it ended up. But that's his personal life, and Ryan Fools, I wish him the best of luck, and he'll probably come back just as hard. His team needs him now more than ever, after 2 5th to 6th place finishes, and I really think they need to kick it in gear, and I think he needs to sit his guys down and basically go over whatever it is that they do, or we don't know what goes on. We can't really say personally what they can or can't do to improve or to better themselves. So I think his preparation was fine. I don't think anything happened with that. I just think his team wasn't on the ball like they should have been, and it's kind of showed. I mean, it's been 2 events already that had 2 issues, you know what I mean? So obviously it wasn't that, because he didn't get married that last event that was 5th to 6th, and they still placed 5th to 6th. So it is what it is, obviously. But one thing I want to say from somebody that's in the chat is Gator, he's like a terrible hybrid of LeVar Ball and Skip Bayless, but retarded. So I can see LeVar Ball. I think LeVar Ball is a good like comparison to Gator, because LeVar Ball just goes out there and says whatever he wants. But guess what? You're talking about LeVar Ball just like you're talking about Gator. So are they necessarily dumb? I don't think so. I think they're doing what they're doing.
Here's a difference between me and them, Cabano. They say these things about me, and I laugh and say you're entitled to your opinion. When I say these things about people that are not even them, all these people who talk about me, I don't even talk about them. But when I talk about it, it's a big deal. They want to get mad. They want to get offended. It ruins their day. They lose their appetite. All I got to say is your frown makes me smile, and your opinions about me go in one ear and out the other. Matter of fact, they probably die before they go out the other. Just don't even think about it. I don't care. It made me laugh. LeVar Ball and Skip Bayless, thank you. I take that as a compliment. That was funny. That was really funny. That was a good one. Thank you.
I think that was a good one. Honestly, I think that was pretty funny. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
And so there's another question that came through that people want us to talk about, multiple people. The new Latin American team, which is Cardia, Crack, Exploits, Critical, and Reflame. So they're a new Latin American team that's come out of the woodwork, and they've been sweeping Ronin. So I'm not too familiar with that team, but I'll go ahead and we'll talk about them as much as possible. I don't really have much to say, but apparently there is a new Latin American team, Gator, that team I just told you about, and apparently they've been beating Ronin, or they've been doing well against Ronin in scrims from what's being told to me. So maybe we have another Latin American team. Maybe we have another top team that's come out of the woodwork. Do you have any information on these guys or know anything about them?
I don't know I don't know too much about those guys. I do know Reflame. He's a really cool guy. He's a hard worker. He's a good player. I mean, if they're going out there and they're beating Ronin like that, a team who did knock off Optic, and I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, but it's online, but, online still counts, just because you're at LAN or online. There can't be that much of a difference to where you're going to completely suck, or, there's only, I know, shots and all that would count, and, I'm lagging, whatever, but no, I definitely think if them guys are beating up Ronin, hey, we got something to look out for, and I think it's cool. I like to see more teams coming up. So that's definitely interesting. Ronin who, dethroned Optic, and then now they're getting beat up by these guys. Hey, we got something new to look for. I look forward to it.
Yeah, apparently they won the last 3 2Ks. So that's pretty interesting.
Hey, that's impressive. That's impressive because, Ronin usually does that. So if they're doing that, then hey, that's consistency. Maybe come July, we'll see where they're really at. But for now, I'm sure they got their heads up high, and I know they're thinking, hey, we're gonna go in there, we're gonna turn some heads, we're gonna become pro, we're gonna get a salary, all that, and hey, good luck to you guys. Hope to see it happen.
Yeah, Exploits, one of the players, is on our chat, and probably maybe another teammate of his. But Exploits, if any of you guys from that team want to come on, I'm not too sure who you guys are representing, but if you guys want to come on next week's show and talk to the Gator and I, maybe get a couple of you guys or get all of you guys, whatever you want, I'm all about it. I want to have you guys on here, and we could talk about that. We could talk about you guys. Yeah. We could talk about Ronin. We could talk about your series together, what you guys have been working on. Obviously, if you don't have an organization, I like to make my platform available to you guys to be able to get that word out there. Because, again, I don't necessarily just stick within the Gears community. No offense to the Gears community. I expand major, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. So I hit a lot more people than just the Gears community. I hit people that matter, higher ups that enjoy the show and that like watching the show for what it is. So if you guys ever needed a platform to help you get an organization, I'll be able to do that for you. Just let me know. Next Thursday, we could do it. If a Wednesday works better for you, we could do it. But I think that's it for the Latin American team. Wish you guys the best of luck in this week's 2K, if there is one for you guys, which I'm sure there is. But lastly, to wrap it up, I want to talk about the next eSports Gears event. So, Gator, if you don't already know, July 13th to the 15th is the next event. That's confirmed. I'm not necessarily sure if that's like official information that's been released, meaning it is going to happen on that date, but I don't know if that's necessarily something that they've been promoting. I don't think they have, but I don't owe anybody anything. So I know it's July 13th to the 15th, obviously a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-day event. It's going to be $250,000 on the line. Now, the one thing is, and I think it's a top 12, no, actually, I think it'll probably be a top 16 payout, if not top 12 once again, is location. Now, rumor has it that it's going to be in Columbus, Ohio, but again, that's just speculation. That's not necessarily true. But Gator, if there was to be a location, and let's be as realistic as possible, where could you see that next event happening in July?
Well, I keep hearing Orlando myself. That's what I keep hearing. But hey, it's it's probably going to be Columbus, if not Atlantic City. What I said last time, it's going to be one of those two. But I'm hearing Orlando a lot from a lot of people. But then again, nothing's in stone. So I can definitely see Columbus though. Everyone pulling up there and getting it on for $250.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I haven't really personally heard Orlando. I think that would be a cool event. They've always had events in Orlando for Gears and Halo and all that in general for Major League Gaming. Also, Columbus, Ohio, obviously that's where MLG headquarters is, or one of the headquarters, sorry, because they do have one in New York City. And could also see Atlantic City, even though the last sanctioned event was through UGC in July, and this is going to be an MLG, so I don't know if MLG will even, try to work out the contracts and whatnot with Atlantic City, only due to the fact that New Jersey is so hard to work with in regards to the gambling laws and rights and whatever it is. But I'd love to see it in AC, like you said. I'd love to see it in Columbus, Orlando, whatever. I'm down. It's July. Don't necessarily know if I'll be attending. I would love to work the event. But it's all about who you know now these days, Gator. You know how it goes. And I'm not necessarily sure if either of us are welcomed in that little group. Neither do I care because, it is what it is. If they want a show, they know who to put on. If they don't want a show, that's fine. I still live my life. We both have our lives. We live day in and day out. I'm healthy as can be. I'm healthy as a horse. I have my own house. I have my own job, my own cars. So whatever, I do what I do. But if they would love to have either of us or both of us on the show, so be it. I'm going to bring that heat. I'm going to bring the cup. Maybe Gator and I take over. Who knows? You never know. It'd be
That's
all
what they need,
speculation.
bro. Yeah. Exploits, if you're in here, you need to come here next week and come chat with us. I got some questions for you, buddy. I want to get to know this team.
That's what I'm saying. I would love to have them on here.
Exploits,
so we can talk to them.
Reflame, get them. Let's get them. Let's get it.
We'll work on it.
I want to talk to them. Oh, yeah.
We'll work on that. But I think that's it, Gator. I think that's it for the night. I know we've been going for quite a bit, almost an hour and a half now. Always a pleasure having you on here. Guys, you could see Gator coming on here next week. I love the topics. I love the conversation that I could have with this guy. As much as you guys dislike him, like him, he is a pretty interesting guy. He has a lot of good things to bring up. He brings a different perspective to the game, which I necessarily like. I mean, I personally like, because it's not a biased opinion and it's not trying to, mold his opinions for other people to like it. It's kind of just straight raw information. It's just what he likes. And I love to see that. So Gator, we'll have you on next week, next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys. Same place, same time, twitch.tv/NJCUBANO. Make sure you follow Gator on Twitter. I always plug in his Twitter on here as well as my own. But if you guys ever have any questions, concerns, topics, guests you want to see, make sure you DM me directly. I've been trying to get some players here on the show. I feel like the Gears players are always giving me a hard time. Not sure if they're scared or they're just egos are up here and there's no reason for it to be. But we'll work on that. I'll try to get some more players in here. And I think that's it. So, Gator, before I let you go, was there anything else you got for us?
Man, I just got love for everyone that was here and stood patient with us. And just to let everyone know, you're not going to catch me anywhere else. If you want to hear anything I got to say, it's going to be here on the Cabano Show. So if you are not following, make sure you follow. If you're not following them on Twitter, make sure you follow. Because when I come live and I come with that heat, it is only on the Cabano Show. I love you guys.
All right, Gator. I appreciate that, and I'll hold you up to that. I don't need to be seeing you on any of the shows. Loyalty goes a long way for me, but I appreciate that, brother.
All right, brother. Home is here. Home is here. I'm out of here. Everyone, it's been a pleasure. Have a good night.
Later, Gator.
Later.
Woo. So that's it. We're coming to the end of the show, guys, and I appreciate you guys all coming out. We had a really good amount of viewers today, which I like. Obviously, I do this regardless the views or not, but thank you guys for all coming out. I appreciate you guys being here. Without me, there is no show. I mean, without you guys, sorry. Wow, that was very selfish of me. Without you guys, there is no show. So please make sure to go ahead and follow my stream, top right, NJCUBANO. I appreciate that. Also me on Twitter at NJCUBANO. I will be live next week, same time, same place. Like I said, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully we'll have the new Latin American squad in here, at least 1 or 2 players, exploits or flame, whoever it is. You guys DM me or I'll be DMing you. I'll try to get you guys on here. Maybe I could bring on one of the Ronin players or maybe a Ronin coach, Demise. I've been trying to work on that. I know he's down to come on here. So I think that would be interesting to have one-on-one with 2 of the Latin American squads from each side. I think that'll be pretty interesting. But I think that's it. If you guys ever have anything that you want me to talk about or bring up, you guys let me know. Obviously, I'll do it. I'm very easy to work with, and I enjoy doing this. I think it's fun. It's an outlet, it's an outlet to be able to talk to you. And exploits, yes, thank you. Please do DM me. Let me know what's up so we can go ahead and get that set up. That would be interesting to do. I'll talk to Demise from Ron and try to see if I could get him on here. But yeah, so without further ado, guys, I'm going to do my farewell turn up, and then I'm going to play some Fortnite for the rest of the night and call it a night. So if you guys are on Fortnite, make sure you follow me, NJCUBANO on Xbox. And I'm working to get my capture card going so that I'll be able to actually stream gameplay and actually stream myself gaming and kind of talking a lot and getting crazy like I usually do. I think that'll be pretty fun for everybody that doesn't see that side of me. You see more of the professional side of me through the show. But yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys, that's it from me. Have a good night. I'll see you next week, Thursday, same time, same place. Everybody, have a good night. Thank you for coming. And I'll have this up on YouTube. I'll have this up on all social media platforms. And be sure to watch the replay, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. Thank you. Love you. Bye.